Let's get right to the floor show. Traders at the New York Stock Exchange, CME Group, and the NYMEX. I don't know, John Corpina. Usually the market shows a little fear when it thinks that there might be a move in interest rates, and the Fed basically said another increase will soon be warranted, and yet markets are flat.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think we're buying into it just yet. I think just because all along we figured out that they keep pushing the can down the road, they keep using the same commentary and same language, and they're able to hold on to this ammunition as long as they can. So why would they pull the trigger now? They should have pulled it 6 months ago. But at this point right now, we're getting closer and closer to an election. I don't think they're going to make that type of move as we get closer to that November date. In December, when we saw the last rate hike, the market really wasn't sure how to absorb it. We did see a lot of volatility, and yes, we have recovered from since then. But at this point right now, I don't think they're going to want to shake the apple cart.
Well, 47.9% chance of still under 50% chance, Trent, for a December hike. Are you calling it? Will we see a hike before the end? And we just yesterday, we had one of the PERMA voters. He's a permanent voting member of the Fed, and that's William Dudley, telling Peter Barnes exclusively, it's going to happen this year. And you say what, Trent?
I believe they want it to happen, Liz. I don't believe they will, for some reasons that Jonathan touched on as well. But I think the main thing that traders keyed in on today, Liz, and what is going to continue to be a problem for the Fed is inflation running below target. If we were basing this just on jobs report throughout the year, specifically the last 2 months, there's a good argument that we could raise rates as early as September. But the problem is when we have inflation running at 1.6%, almost 25% below the Fed's target, if you raise rates and what that does to the dollar, it's going to be counterproductive to reaching that all-important inflation target. So I think when they take a look at it and they say, okay, we want inflation run at 2%, we've had accommodative policies for 7 years and we're not there, let's raise rates. That's a really difficult thing to try to justify. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did raise, Liz, but if you force me into a yes or no right now based on inflation, I'm going to say no.
Well, and, you know, we could look at the dollar, and today it has snapped a 3-day rout. It is slightly off 7-week lows. I'm wondering, Luke, how that plays into, of course, things like commodities, which are priced according to the dollar. And what do we have here? We have a slightly stronger dollar, and oil right now, it's a slightly higher right now at the moment, but I think that's more a function of the fact that the Saudis could boost to a record output, daily output in August, simply to say to the Russians, we put out more oil than you. They want market share, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just took away my 3-minute speech.
Oh, sorry.
The Saudis are
sorry.
The Saudis are running the show. They've put the marginal producers, they've crushed them. And the oil traders are waiting to see what happens in 2 weeks if the Saudis say they're going to back off. But a new number for you to consider is $55 per barrel in dollar terms today, because that's what people are saying. You need 6 months to 9 months of sustained $55 oil for the marginal producers to come back in. I don't think that's going to happen, but that does give the Saudis room to raise it some 10%, maybe get oil up to 47, 48. But I think for the rest of the year, 40 is our floor and 50 is our ceiling. I don't think we're breaking those two numbers anytime soon.
Oh, yeah. Well, we told you. But I'll tell you, I mean, okay, I've been slightly wrong. I mean, I've said oil is going to continue to go lower. Well, with moments of clarity, you start to see that it should, but you can't fight the market and what the herd is doing. And right now, oil is continuing to slightly move higher. It's great to see all of you. John, Trent, Luke, we love you guys. Keep it right here. By the way, immediately following countdown to the closing bell.